So you're a technology lawyer. So you work with lots of startups and technology companies, and you're much involved in everything related to the blockchain and so on. So how do you think laws are, or if you want, technology is shaping the future of law? Or how is it working? Because with all those new technologies and regulations today, things are changing.
Yes, it is indeed very obvious that the legal and regulatory landscape is changing dramatically.
Okay.
Due to these emerging technologies, as you said before, it's not only the blockchain, it's also generally the distributed ledger technologies and the artificial intelligence, machine learning, the data analytics, and many others, including the Internet of Things, virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and all these new emerging technologies, exponential technologies, I would say, that of course they force things to change, and they will force laws and regulations to change eventually.
It's slow.
But slow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you're right to say slow, because we haven't actually seen any regulations and laws changing so much yet.
Okay.
Yes, I work with startups, but not only with startups. I work with startups, spin-offs, small and medium-sized companies, and multinationals. I either provide them advisory services and legal services, and also I act from as a director. I usually have a seat on the board or in their advisory board.
Okay.
So yes, we deal a lot with technologies, and we are faced continuously with the lack of new laws and regulations. But the EU and generally the countries members of the EU and globally, of course, are working towards finding the ways to come up with new regulations and laws that will deal and will deal with these technologies and provide protection to the citizens and the investors and the citizens in general.
But are they too late? Coming a bit too late?
Yes, because, my dear, always technology leads.
Yes.
And laws follow.
Yes.
So laws follow when technology leads. So you can understand what is going on here. It is as if, imagine, law is running after technology, and it is always late.
Yeah. Do you think law is understanding technology?
Not to the extent that they should, because when we say laws are made by people. So in order to be able to draft these laws, the people behind the regulators and the lawmakers, the policymakers, need to understand the technology. And it is difficult. It is not easy, really, especially for people who haven't dealt before with technology. They find it difficult to deal with these emerging technologies. And allow me here to say that these new technologies are not so similar to older technologies, but the people, most of the people believe that it is hard to get into it. And they are not encouraged to get into it, researching into the new technologies and find out what they are and what they can do.
Okay. So let's shift a little bit to the attention and go to blockchain. How is this part changing? Because blockchain is a big topic, and we have all those, you know, if you want, it's really controversial today.
Yes.
So how do you think blockchain will affect law? Like, I'm talking about blockchain specifically.
As a national delegate to ISO,
Yeah.
especially for blockchain and distributed ledger technologies, blockchain is one of my favorite subjects in terms of speaking about technologies.
Yes.
So most of the people that I meet have no clue what is blockchain.
Okay.
So blockchain, as you know, is a decentralized distributed ledger based on consensus, which means that all the nodes need to provide their approval in order for a block to proceed.
Yes.
And in order for the data to proceed and form a block. And it is protected by cryptography, which is really good. So this technology is a technology in where we can store information. We can store any kind of data and information securely.
Yes.
This is not to say that blockchain is a technology that can never be hacked. I'm not saying this, but it is highly, highly secure. So we are looking into use cases for blockchain, and we're looking into potential ways of using it to provide cost efficiency, to provide time efficiency, and also to make things more secure and manage the risk that is involved in generally in transactions. So blockchain as a distributed, decentralized, immutable, consensus-based, cryptographic ledger can be used in all the industries to accelerate things, to secure things, to secure transactions, and to make things better.
If it's used in the right way, because
Yes.
that's why I was saying it's a bit controversial, but you're working, because you're an ISO delegate as well, so you're working with other European countries into creating a standard?
Yes, what we do in ISO, I'm going to Ireland this month, in May, for a week. We are divided into like working groups and study groups, and we draft the standards.
Okay.
What are these standards we draft? What our efforts is on standardizing things, because if you standardize things, it's easier for people to use, because in that case people will use the same terminology, standardized terminology. We look into taxonomy, ontology, security things that will be standardized, privacy things, privacy issues that will be standardizing. We are also looking into smart contracts, which is a huge subject, and we are in an effort to standardize things around the use of smart contracts. So in this way, if we standardize things, it will be easier to use the technology. We will provide in this way interoperability that is needed for blockchain to work and distributed ledger technologies to work and work to their full potential.
Okay. And this will be for Europe, so for the EU mainly. What you're drafting is for the EU, or is it?
No. ISO is a global organization.
Okay, so basically the meeting is global.
Yes, the meetings are formed from people, representatives, delegates from almost all the countries around the world.
Okay, so, and you're all gonna be there for a week drafting.
Yes, each one of us represents their own national authority. I represent SAIS, which is the Cyprus Standardization Organization.
Okay.
The Cyprus standards.
Okay. And how many countries more or less you're gonna have there?
How many countries?
Yeah, will be represented.
But as far as I know, more than 60 to almost 80 countries. I'm not sure exactly the number, but a big number, a huge number of countries.
Okay.
Yes. So what I want to add before we finish is that blockchain, because you asked me particularly about blockchain, blockchain will provide to people, to citizens and all of us with its full potential only when combined with other technologies such as data analytics and artificial intelligence. There, when these are combined, we will see miracles.